Hi guys, so in this video we're going to be looking at importing specific data into Aurin so that we can begin to set up our map for walkability analysis.
So what I've done, I've just removed the pre-existing walkability analysis data that I had there, just so we can go through the basic fundamentals. So before we go into analyzing our walkability, we need to actually import some data. So in the data panel here, if we click on Browse, we can now begin to browse Aurin's database. Now, in order to get data that we can use specifically for walkability, we need to be a bit specific with the data we're getting and the kind of keywords that we type in. So what I found really helped me with this step is, because Aurin's keywords are quite temperamental, what I found really helped me was looking at Aurin walkability and going to their portal for help. So Aurin's help portal is actually really helpful. It's very informative. And this is where I found the exact kind of data I needed to create some walkability analysis. So if we go to inputs, it tells us the kind of information we need to be looking for. This is to create a catchment. So before we can analyze our walkability, we need to kind of develop a catchment, pedestrian catchment. So similar to other videos that we're going to look into, which look at the PED-catch analysis tool. So this is looking at a catchment generator. And we need to make this catchment generator before we make our walkability analysis. So the data we need to import from Aurin to create this catchment, first and foremost, is selecting our Melbourne Inner East, SA3, as our area. So we've chosen Armidale, so that's fine. And the kind of data we want to type into our keywords in this example, which actually works very well for walkability, is the PSMA street network. So this gives us the street data. And then in this example, they've given us railway stations. We're going to test with this, but we can get other data like points of interest and whatnot that can analyze our walkability for us too. So I just selected this and I've just gone Control-C. And if we go back to the Aurin portal, we're going to go Control-V, search, and we have some information here. So we're going to go for the latest data. Let's go for August 2019. And as specified in the help portal, we need to make sure that we've selected the geometry layer, the geometry data. This allows us to actually visualize the data. If we don't select the geometry, nothing will show up. We'll have the information, but we won't have any actual like line work or dots or points or field regions to play around with to represent the data. So this is for the street network. So this is just mapping out all the streets within Armidale, within the area that we've selected. You can select to have more information in your data that you're importing. For this example, for this walkability, we're not really going to do that. We kind of just want to see where things are and what they are, so the ID. So we're going to go add, because we're going to add some more information, some more data. So we'll just go add for now. When you're adding this kind of data, you need to agree to a license agreement. So this is all information about, using this information, using this data, what it means, the rights, understanding, definitions. When you scroll all the way down to the bottom, TLDR, you go accept. We have read the terms and conditions, so we'll click the accept. Okay, so now it tells us that this has been added to our project. So we've added this bit of data. This data we've added, the street networks, it is line data. So the geometry is line work, and that is because lines determine the street network. The next bit of data we're going to add is going to be point data, and this is because these are specific points of interest. And when we analyze the walkability, we are essentially adding or comparing the line work, the line data with the point data. And so where and how fast and how quickly the line data connects to those points that we're determining. In this example, where the point data is going to be the train station. So those are the points that all the little street network lines are going to connect to. So we need to now search for that train station data. So PSMA, railway stations, Control-C again, and Control-V. All right, search. And again, we're going to choose the most updated data from May 2019. And it's important, again, that we select the geometry here. And we might also select the railway station name. I'd say that's pretty important. So let's go add. And again, we have to agree to this license agreement. We're just going to quickly scroll down. Yes, we've read it. Okay, accept. All right, so it's been added to our project and we go okay. All right, so now we're going to exit the data browsing. We've got the 2 bits of data that we need to begin to analyze our walkability. So that's how we open up Aurin, that's how we set it up. We search for our area and how we add the data we need for the next step, which is developing a catchment for our area that we're looking at. Once we develop our catchment, we can look into walkability. It's the key takeaways for these foundational steps for analyzing walkability is ensuring you've got line data, line geometry data for your street network, making sure you get those keywords right. So really using the help portal on Aurin and ensuring that the other data you've got that you want to kind of compare or test the walkability with is point data. When those 2 are together, they work really well. If you've got point data with point data, it won't work as well. It might fail the test. If you've got line data with line data, it also might fail. So trial and error, see how you go, but you will always get a successful walkability test if you're using line data and testing its walkability to point data. So in the next video, we will be creating a catchment and looking into the walkability tools. So thanks for watching this, guys, and see you guys in the next video.